welcome back to this week's pricing tips for you. And now I want to cover, in last week, in prior episode, I covered kind of picking a camp and how you should decide whether you are a low price company or if you want to price based on value. And that's kind of the first and foundational step of developing your pricing. The next step is understanding which pricing strategy is best for you. And there's quite a few pricing strategies, but you first need to figure out whether you're a product or service. Now, I'm not saying that necessarily product and service will have a different pricing strategy. They will be slightly different, but there are certainly marketing gurus out there like Apple, for example, that converts a product approach and kind of makes it a service-based approach as well. So kind of taking both approaches at the same time and creating sort of a hybrid pricing model. So typically, when you have a product business, and realistically speaking, yes, every service business is a product business if you price it right. But let's say your actual physical, tangible product business, right? If that's the case, your number one priority is to make sure that you not only have the main product, but also develop some sort of an accessory or several accessories that actually are cheaper than the main product, enhance the experience of that product, and where you can build in a nice cushion of profit. Notice how when you go onto Apple website and you buy, let's say, or not buy, but add a computer to your cart, notice how that kind of is always cheaper. The components of additional items are cheaper than the main product. I'll walk you through an example. Let's say you want to buy an iMac computer. It's a pretty expensive machine, usually, starting anywhere from $1,500 and up, and you can get up to $5,000 and more. Typically, there used to be, when I first got introduced into price psychology, Apple used to have two options on their website. Option one, kind of a smaller version, less hard drive power, less hard drive space, less RAM, whatever. And then the second option kind of next to it, that's more power, more memory, more RAM, or whatever. And then you would first choose the two options. Or they also used to have a 21-inch and then a 27-inch next to it. So kind of two options. Then probably about 6 months to 8 months ago, that's when I've noticed it. Maybe they've done it earlier than that. Apple decided to change that a little bit, and they actually introduced a little tiny bar kind of at the top of the website where you select 27 or 21-inch. So that they don't have to present it as two options anymore. Then once you've selected the 27 versus 21-inch iMac, you are presented with three options, one next to the other. So they're kind of taking the service business approach and converting their offering to a three-option presentation. When you pick an option that suits you, whatever, let's say you'll pick the middle option, then you add to cart, and you kind of are walked through the series of upgrades, upsells, right? So you get offered a better keyboard, a better hard drive, a bigger RAM, a better processor, or whatever. It's very smart because I'm spending $1,800 on a computer. $200 is not going to kill me. And then at the end of this whole process, you end up with a $3,000 computer instead of a $2,000 computer or $1,800 for a computer, right? So you have to take notice, but also learn from them. Apple is one of the best marketing companies that have nailed their marketing. I mean, we all know that. I'm not a marketing person. I'm an accountant. But I love the fact that it's doing it this way. So when you have a product, to sum it up, you have to make sure that you have some upsells that you can incorporate. If you remember many years ago when you were supposed to go to the store to get your phone, like a Verizon store, right? You would buy the phone, but then you would immediately get offered to buy a pack of accessories, an earpiece, a microphone, something else, a holder, holster, or whatever. And usually there was a discount involved to kind of induce you to purchase. Think Apple and think phone purchases. Come up with a way for your product to have an enhancement. Maybe it's an accessory. Maybe it's a more expensive accessory, like a wine opener for a wine store, or something. But come up with your plan. For service businesses, it's slightly different. For service businesses, we should have 3 packages. See what Apple did there? It used to have 2 options on the website. Now it has 3. 3 is the magic number. The reason is that when you have 2, you're kind of, I don't want to say bottleneck, but it's kind of like that. You're kind of stuck and you don't make a decision. You're deciding whether to buy or not to buy. When you have 3 options, you're deciding more kind of which option to go for. So when you as a business owner build your service packages, make sure that you fill the middle package with a lot of value, but also price it with your target profit in mind. What does that mean? Well, 60% of people will choose the middle option. So you will be selling mostly your middle package. Make sure that it's actually the package that you want to sell, the benefits that you want to provide, and that it's priced so that you make a nice profit for yourself. I mean, after all, we're all in business for profit, right? That's very important. So 3 options for a service business. When you have more than 3 options, people get overwhelmed and can't choose. So 3 options have statistically been proven to be best. So I strongly advise you to adopt an approach of creating 3 options for your offering. If I could do it for my accounting practice, you can do it for any service business. All right, my friends, I'll see you next week.